Thank you for letting me go first and telling my version of the story. It's a good one. Okay, so my great-grandmother was born in 1887, 4 years before the trustees was born.
It's right when I was born.
So Peter Stein and my great-grandmother and the trustees all came of age together. Sarah Cowls ran a major dairy operation in North Amherst, where the mill district is today, and she owned thousands of acres of timberland, which had been in her family for a couple hundred years. All of her land was open for public recreation. The trustees was the first organization in the world to acquire and hold scenic landscapes in trust for public enjoyment. Is that true?
It is true.
It was on the internet, so I had to ask. Amazing. So move forward 80 years, and we have a story of a couple of con women. And I mean, con is conservation, okay? And we came by it honestly. Conservation restrictions were born in 1969 and the Kestrel Trust in 1970. And Evan and I and Shane and Kristen were all born at the same time as conservation restrictions. And it is no coincidence that we're here today because we all grew up under the influence. 20 years ago when I met Kristen, she was fresh from saving Maine from the timber industry. And I was fresh from Maine and then DC from protecting recreationists, like on snowmobiles, and the forest products industry from people like Kristen. And the first thing Kristen says when she meets me is, I want the Pelham Hills. And then she said, I want the Belchertown Hills. It's 20 years ago. She was so bold. I just rolled my eyes because these parcels had the most potential for solar, for housing. I mean, even today, somebody here came up to me and said, I want to retire in Amherst. Are there condos that I can live in? And I'm like, maybe. I mean, it's hard to get that done anymore, but there were other uses for this land, which is why Kristen saw the need to conserve it. I thought she was nuts. Today we are celebrating with her an incredible, not 2,000, but we're at 11,000 acres that we have conserved together. How does she do it? She makes an unreasonably audacious ask. That's number one. Number two, she unilaterally raises the money to pay for the development rights, or in today's case, to buy it outright. 3, she manages all the process and the intermediaries. 4, she will monitor the ongoing compliance with the trustees in this case. So, in short, today is brought to you by Kristen DeBoer. Every place in this view shed, in the valley, in the mountains, that does not have a house on it is pretty much brought to you by Kristen DeBoer. I mean, it's at like 30,000 or some crazy number of acres since she started as the first official executive director about 20 years ago. So we're so grateful. Today is also brought to you thanks to the organization, research, and various contributions of Arthur Haskins, a very special friend and co-worker. The tireless hundreds of hours of work by Tom Reedy, our advisor and attorney, but most importantly, today is thanks to Shane Badgenosi, my other brother, my chief forester, my vice president, whose excellent forest management made these parcels so appealing, and whose thousands of hours of work over 2 years, but 29 years with Cowls has made this deal come about. We're proud of Shane's award-winning forest management, his advanced carbon sequestration of his fast-growing, even-aged trees, and the consequent health and resiliency of actively managed forests. And these can withstand threats from insects, disease, and major storm events differently than unmanaged forests. Today, we appreciate being invited to join you as you commit these woodlands to be forever wild. And it is our pleasure being conned.